He is left-footed. And what is up, everybody? It's your boy Pep Fernandez coming at you live on a Sunday night, because we know on Monday a lot of high school football teams will break out the helmets and pads as we get ready for the start of the 2023 high school football season. So we thought there's not a better time than right now, the eve of helmets and pads, to unveil the preseason Boost Top 25 poll. So what we're going to do in this show, at least, different from previous seasons, is we're going to have our Boost Top 25 poll, which myself, I've talked to other media members, I've talked to a lot of coaches, we come up with the rankings. But also what's different, and it's been a lot of fun, is the last couple of days I've had a bunch of local high school coaches send me their top 25. We've had a tremendous response. In fact, it was so good that I'm thinking maybe we should do a coaches poll every single week throughout the season. So if you coaches dig it and you'd like to have your input, we'll do it. I usually put the rankings together on Sunday evening. So between the games being played on Friday night to Sunday evening, I would need all the rankings so I can calculate the numbers. So with that said, I'm going to show you the coaches poll, and maybe we'll do this every single week throughout the regular season. We'll have the Boost Top 25, and we'll also have the coaches poll, and they might look very similar, and they might look very different as well. So first, let's take a look at the coaches poll. So what I did was, for all the coaches who submitted their top 25 rankings, I just added the number of the school ranking and then divided it by the people who voted. So for example, Centennial, they are going to have a ranking of number 1 because every single person who voted for Centennial put a 1. So I added all the ones together, divided by the number of people who voted, and the answer was 1. So as you look at the rankings, you're going to see the school name and a number right next to it. So the number right next to it is basically their ranking average based on all the votes. So you know what? Let's just take a look at it. It's going to make a lot more sense. So here you go. Here is the preseason coaches poll, and one more big thank you to all the local coaches who submitted their top 25. And again, if you guys like this, we'll continue to do it. We'll have our Boost Top 25 every single week for sure, but the coaches poll, I think we should continue to do it. So there's Centennial at number 1. They got a perfect score. Every single coach who sent in their votes had Centennial at number 1. Not a huge shock. After that, it starts getting a little messy. Chaparral, on average, was ranked 2.62. Hope that makes sense. So we had some coaches had Chaparral at number 2. Some had Marietta Valley at number 2. I think there was actually one coach who had Cajon at number 2. And no, it was not Nick Rogers at Cajon. But on average, Chaparral with a 2.62. So they are ranked second. Marietta Valley, they come in at number 3 with the third highest ranking at 3.37. There is Cajon, your 6-time CBL champion, and at number 4, they are at 5.75. Orange Vista, there was a couple teams in the rankings that a lot of people are excited about, a lot of hype around the teams. Orange Vista was one of them. I'll just say this right off the bat. Orange Vista, Aquinas, Liberty, and Norta Vista. Those 4 teams, I heard from a number of coaches, and not from those schools, other coaches who said, man, these guys are loaded. They could have a good season. So I've heard that from multiple coaches. So Orange Vista at 5. San Jack, a CIF champion from a year ago. Yes, they lost their quarterback, but they got Dylan Gresham and some other big-time ballers. They come in at number 6 with an average ranking of 7.12. Aquinas comes in at number 7 at 7.25. And you can see from about number 4 down to about number 10, It's pretty close. The teams are pretty close. Citrus Valley at 7.62. Vista Murrieta at 7.87. So between Orange Vista and Vista Murrieta, it's basically just 1 point separating those four schools. It's very close. And then Chuck Chastain, the new head football coach at Roosevelt, came over from Norco. He's got his Mustangs in at number 10 with an 8.75. All right, so are the rankings making sense so far as we go through them? So again, the number to the side of the team is on average what coaches were ranking them. So again, they're not nice round numbers because that's just the way it is. We got a lot of point, and I wanted to put the decimals in because as you just saw, let's go back to the rankings. As you just saw, San Jacinto was 7.12, Aquinas was 7.25, Citrus Valley 7.62, and Vista Murrieta 7.87. Those were their rankings. And if I just put 7, I wanted you guys to see how close it actually was in the rankings. So let's go to the other side quickly. Norco at 10.5, their new head coach, Coach Dan Barledge, the former head coach at Valley View, takes over. Liberty, their first year of seniors, they come in at number 12, 13.5. I just saw on Twitter the other day, and I think it was legit, that Coach Broach was actually stepping down. He's going to be the offensive coordinator, and Adam Contreras, my homie, is going to take over the Liberty Bison. Kind of the same thing happened at Heritage when Broach stepped down and Contreras took over, and then they both took off to coach over for the Bison. Norte Vista comes in at number 13 at 15.75. Yucaipa in at number 14. They got a lot of seniors on this team. They've got an even score of 16 here in the preseason poll. The Rancho Verde, year number 2 for Eric Zomalt. The Mustangs at 16.62. Great Oak right behind them. Great Oak at 16.75. Beaumont at 17.25. King 17.75. Oh, in fact, King and Murrieta Mesa, it tied exactly. They had the same amount of points, both coming in at 17.75. Summit is in at number 20, followed by Grand Terrace and Paloma Valley. Harupa Hills at number 23. Ramona had a great senior class last year. They got some guys back, and Coach Mashinsky's a great coach, so they come in at number 24 at 19.62. And Temecula Valley rounds out the top 25 coaches poll at 20.5, 20.5. And again, that was based on the coaches' ranking, so what the coaches sent to us. And I'm about to show you the Boost Top 25. And it's a little bit different. It's similar, but a little bit different. I'm going to run through it very quickly, and then we're going to show the two rankings side by side, the Boost Top 25 and the Coaches Poll. So here's the Boost Top 25. Centennial at 1, Murrieta Valley at 2, Chaparral at 3. The top 10 is very, very similar, just a little bit out of order. Cajon, followed by Aquinas, Orange Vista, Citrus Valley, Norco, San Jac, and Roosevelt. On the other side, we got Liberty, Vista Murrieta, Norte Vista, Beaumont, Murrieta Mesa, Yucaipa, Harupa Hills, Great Oak, the Rancho Verde, Grand Terrace in at number 20, followed by King, Summit, Paloma Valley, Ramona, and Elsinore. So again, very similar to the coaches poll, but not exactly the same. The Boost Top 25 Inland Sports Poll is our poll based on people I've talked to, coaches, administrators, other media members. That's the Boost Top 25 poll that we came up with. And then the Boost Coaches poll is based on the rankings submitted by local coaches. So let's look at them real quick, side by side. And you can see, again, just a little bit of differences between the two. The top 10, basically the same, right? Not exactly the same, but very, very close as you look at the top 10. And then on the other side, I think we've got pretty much all the same teams. Let's see. Paloma, Harupa Hills. So in the Boost Top 25, we don't have Temecula Valley. They're one of our bubble teams. And then in the coaches poll, let's see, they don't have Elsinore. In fact, if you guys just hold on one second, I'm going to grab my paper. I've got my paper with all the numbers on it that have the rankings and the numbers. I'm going to add it up, the numbers that we added up and divided by. So let me grab that real fast. Oh, thank you. My wife is on the spot right there. You can see all the numbers. I'm going to shake them real fast so you can see. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so here's all the numbers. Let's see. So for the coaches poll, which is on the top right there, the three bubble teams, the three teams that had the most votes, but not enough to get into the top 25. That was, let's see, Kaiser, Elsinore, and Tockwitz. Those were your three teams just outside of the top 25 for the coaches poll. So those are the bubble teams. The bubble teams for the Boost Top 25 were, Temecula Valley, Kaiser, and Vista del Lago. So you can see not exactly the same, but very, very similar between the Boost Top 25 and the coaches poll. So if you guys liked it, if the coaches out there want to have a say in our weekly rankings, we'll continue to do the Boost Top 25 regardless if we stop doing the coaches poll. But I thought at least for these preseason rankings, it's good to gauge the other coaches out there to see what they think of maybe themselves or their competition, their opponents coming up this year. So if you guys are into it, we'll continue to do a coaches poll throughout the season as well. And just a quick reminder as we get closer to the high school football season that we would love to have your video. In fact, we've got a little graphic here, and I'm going to put it up on the screen in just a moment. That, we would love to have your video. So if you guys have a team videographer, an assistant coach at the lower levels, a parent, anyone that routinely shoots a video of your games, we'd love to get it because we do weekly shows, we pass out weekly awards, and we need highlights. We can't be everywhere. We don't see everything. So if you guys catch a great play, some highlights on video, we want it. inlandsportsshow@gmail.com. And another easy way to get us the video is to send it to us, tag us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. That's an easy way as well. So as we get closer to the high school football season, I will remind you guys a couple times that we need your video for the upcoming year. So that's your Boost Top 25 and your coaches poll as we go into week 0. Again, best of luck to all the teams as we go into helmets and pads beginning this week. Stay safe out there and stay cool, man. You guys already know the drill. Hydrate and try to beat these triple digits out there as we get ready for the 2023 high school football season. My name is Pep Fernandez, and we'll see you Wednesday night for another edition of your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. Good night, everybody.